impact to signal the flight attendants to begin shouting their commands, and impact because I didn't know how hard it was going to be.
I hear you started flying again in October.
Yes, with Jeffrey Skiles.
With Jeffrey Skiles.
A wonderful reunion, and with some of the passengers from the January 15th flight who joined us that day, some in their original seats. And to make it even better, Patrick Harton, the air traffic controller, whose voice we've all heard on that tape, came into work early that day just to work our New York LaGuardia departure.
I hear that you sent thank you notes to many of the first responders, and we have here on our stage 22 first responders. Let me just say there were hundreds of first responders, but you sent thank you notes. What do you most want to say to them?
Well, first of all, to anyone who didn't get a letter from me and should have, I apologize, but let me make it up to you by saying this, that this was a team effort. It required not only First Officer Jeffrey Skiles, flight attendants Donna Dent, Sheila Dale, and Doreen Welsh during their parts, but all the first responders, New York Waterway, and many others. And we all, on our own initiative, did our very best to ensure a remarkably good outcome. Had any part of that puzzle not been the same, we wouldn't have had as good a day as we did.
Well, I know that there's so many people who want to say something to you. The grateful passengers of Flight 1549 wanted to be here today to say thank you, to your crew, and all of the first responders. Stand up, guys. Stand up. Let me just say, where is Shay? Where is Shay? Shay, I hear you never met the diver who pulled you to safety.
No, ma'am.
Well, okay. Well, Shay, come on up here and meet Detective Mike Delaney with the NYPD. Come on up here. Okay, I hear 8 of the passengers flew for the very first time since the crash to be here today. Stand up. The 8 who flew for the very first time. Where are you? For the very first time. What was that like?
I made sure to introduce myself, and I wanted to make sure my pilot did have a little gray behind his ears. And thankfully he did, and called the doctor for a little prescription. And
call the doctor for a new prescription. Okay. Jerry Shanko, you have something to say to Sully. Where's Jerry Shanko? Hi, Jerry.
Sully, my wife and I are about 4.5 months pregnant with our first child the day that we went down. May 29th, we had a little baby girl. Because of the actions of all of you guys that day, that outcome was so successful. I was able to be at my daughter's birth. I've been able to be with my wife for these 5.5 months since raising her, and there's so much more I can still have a chance to experience down the road with them. Just thank you guys for what you guys did for us that day.
Thank you.
Where's Josh Couch? Josh? You Josh? All right, Josh.
You know what, Jerry didn't mention his daughter's nickname is Sully. So that's...
I was going to ask you that. Your daughter?
We were asked about that.
I personally want to say thank you to all the first responders. It goes without saying you had the training that was requisite to get the job done, but you also had the instincts, the character, the wherewithal, and the heart to bring us all home. And my family, our families, I told myself I wouldn't cry on Oprah. Thank you. Doesn't even say it. It's amazing. Thank you so much.
Do you all have a special bond or connection? Do you all say? I would think so.
Yeah,
I would think so.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's become a family unto itself.
Family unto itself.
Yeah.
Well, to the first responders, we all want to say you make us proud, and we thank you for all the emergency workers across America. On behalf of all of the emergency workers, these guys and lady are standing in for you. We feel a little bit safer knowing that you all are on the job. So another one of New York's finest wanted to be in on our celebration today. Joining us from Yankee Stadium, the home of the 2009 World Series champions, Team Energy Joe Girardi.
Thank you for having me today.
Some season you had there, Joe.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, and Captain Sully was out to throw out the first pitch, and it was pretty awesome.
So